In today's video, we are making Keto Margherita pizza. We're just going to use the basic fathead dough that I've made before, and we're just going to make a margherita pizza. I've been craving it and I've only had it a handful of times, but I've never actually made it. If you're new here and you like keto or low carb recipes, please make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so that you can be updated every time we drop a video. But let's go ahead and get right into the video. So we have our mozzarella cheese and cream cheese into a bowl, microwave safe bowl, and we're going to now put that into the microwave. You're going to microwave it for about 2 minutes, but you do want to put it in 30-second increments, and mine's usually done between 90 seconds and 2 minutes. Here we have our almond flour, and I'm just going to mix my seasonings into the almond flour so that we can just add that right into the mixture when it is done. Okay, so into my almond flour, I'm going to put 1 teaspoon of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and I'm also doing 1 teaspoon of instant dry yeast. This is just for flavor. It actually does not affect the way your crust bakes or anything. It's just to give it a better flavor. That's all. And it's completely optional. You don't have to use it. You also don't have to use the garlic powder and the onion powder. That's just how I like to season my pizza crust. So we're just going to add them in to the almond flour and then mix all the dry ingredients up. And then I'm just going to mix them all up just to make sure that the seasonings are all well combined with the almond flour. Okay, so our mozzarella and cream cheese is done. It took about 2 minutes in the microwave, 30 seconds each time, and just check it until about 2 minutes, just in case, because sometimes for some reason mine will be done like at 90 seconds, so you don't want to burn the cheese or anything. So then just work fast, mix it all in until you get about, a smooth consistency. And you're just going to keep mixing it. And just make sure that there's no clumps in it, like from the cream cheese or anything like that. And you definitely want to work pretty fast with the fathead dough. But if it starts to harden up, you can just add it back into the microwave. Now, add in your almond flour. And then just mix it in until the almond flour is mixed pretty good with the cheeses. Okay, so to bind this together, we are going to add in 1 large egg. Get your hands a little bit wet and then just start kneading your dough. We're going to lay down some parchment paper. And you don't have to, but I find it a lot easier if I just spray the parchment paper with some olive oil or whatever spray that you use. Okay, so I'm just going to lay it down on the parchment paper, and then you're just going to roll it out the best that you can. And the best way I found to do it for me, that works for me, is to lay it down on the parchment paper, and I kind of spray the top of it, and I try to make it as even as possible around to start off with, and then I spray the top, and then I'm going to lay another piece of parchment paper right on top, just so that it doesn't stick to my rolling pin. Just press down on it a little bit, just to help, flatten it a little bit to start. And then I will get my rolling pin and start rolling it out. Okay, and I actually ended up laying down one of those silicone mats under the parchment paper just to keep the parchment paper from sliding around while I was rolling it out. So your crust doesn't have to be perfect. Mine never comes out perfect. And then what I do is I just go around and I kind of just, try to press down on the edges a little bit. Okay, and we have our oven preheating to 350 degrees. And before we put our crust into the oven though, we're going to get a fork and we're just going to poke holes all over the crust. The reason we do this is it does help the crust get a little bit more crispy, and it will prevent your crust from possibly forming bubbles while it is cooking. Okay, now you can take your crust and then just using the parchment paper, just lift it up and place it right onto your pizza tray or pizza stone or whatever it is that you're using. And then we will go ahead and place this into the oven now for about 12 to 14 minutes. Okay, and now we're gonna get some marinara, whatever low carb marinara sauce that you normally use, or pizza sauce, whether it's homemade or you have a low carb one that you like to buy. And then go ahead and put that on top of your pizza crust. I normally get about a quarter of a cup of sauce on there, so 3 tablespoons to a quarter of a cup depending on how heavy or light you like your sauce. I do have some mozzarella slices here. If you don't have that and all you have is shredded mozzarella, you can definitely use that too. A lot of people just use the shredded mozzarella, but I've actually never made margarita pizza before. This is my first time. I've only ever ate them like out somewhere, or a frozen pizza, before I was doing keto. And I decided I wanted to try it this way. So I did go ahead and get some mozzarella. I wasn't able to get them cut as thin as I wanted, but you get the idea. Here I have some sliced tomatoes that we're just going to kind of put around the pizza wherever the cheese is not. So I went ahead and got like a tablespoon or 2 of butter. So now I'm adding in some garlic powder and some Italian seasoning. And I'm just going to mix it up into the butter. Okay, so for some reason my phone stopped recording right in the middle of this, but I just wanted to jump on here real quick to let you guys know, in case you're wondering what I skipped a step or something. My phone stopped recording, so I'm really sorry about that. But I just wanted to let you know, once the butter was melted with the garlic and herb, then I just got a brush just like this, just whatever kitchen brush you normally use, and I just used the brush to brush along the outer edges of the crust. So what I did was, when I put the marinara sauce on, I just left room on the edges to go ahead and put this garlic and herb butter on. So the other part that is skipped was me adding on the fresh basil to the pizza. So all I really did was I got some fresh garlic, I got some fresh basil leaves, and I think I got like 5 or 6 of them, rolled them up, and then I chopped them with a knife into pieces, and then I added them to the top of the pizza. No big deal, that was it. But I just wanted to jump on here and explain why that part is missing, and now I'll let you continue the rest of the video. Okay, and then once we have our basil on the pizza, we're just going to drizzle some olive oil on it. You don't have to do this step, but I'm just going to be a little extra because I was reading that that's traditionally how margarita pizzas are. And so I'm drizzling some olive oil on top, and then we're going to just sprinkle it with just a tiny bit of salt, just a little pinch, and then that's it. Okay, now it's ready to go into the oven. So let's see what happens. I'll go ahead and show you here. That's what it looks like. And let's see how it goes. It is so good. I want to take a piece of the crust because remember we put that garlic and herb butter on the side. Definitely definitely take the extra step and put that garlic and herb butter on the crust. It makes it even better. And the drizzled olive oil and the salt on top makes it pop even more. So don't skip that part either. But this pizza is so good, you guys. So if you're looking for a variety of different pizzas, here's another option for you. You can just use the same fathead dough as you normally do, or whatever dough you normally like to use, whether it's cauliflower crust or fathead dough. Right now we are using the fathead dough most of the time. And then you can just make any kind of pizza out of that you want. If you try this pizza, please comment and let me know what you thought, and I will see you on the next video.